Good evening. This is All India Radio and I'm Gurmala Kapoor with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says revocation of Article 370 is an attempt to find a solution to a decades-old problem. New Delhi reiterates its position that PoK is part of India. Government says 10 crore beneficiaries received e-cards for cashless treatment under Ayushman Bharat scheme. In Afghanistan, at least 26 people killed in a suicide bomb attack at President Ashraf Ghani's election rally. And in boxing, Amit Panghal, Manish Kaushik and Sanjeet Singroha enter quarterfinals of AIBA Men's World Championships in Russia. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said the government's decision on Article 370 concerning Jammu and Kashmir was inspired by the vision of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Speaking at the Namami Devi Narmade Mahotsav at the Sardar Sarovar Dam in Narmada district of Gujarat, Mr. Modi said the decision is an attempt to find a solution to a decades-old problem.
एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत के सरदार के सपने को आज देश साकार होते हुए देख रहा है। जम्मू कश्मीर और लद्दाख के लोगों को 70 साल तक भेदभाव का सामना करना पड़ा। सरदार साहब की प्रेरणा से दशकों पुरानी समस्या के समाधान के लिए नए रास्ते पर चलने का निर्णय लिया गया है।
The Prime Minister said the Sardar Sarovar Dam was a dream of Sardar Patel, the first Home Minister of India. He said by raising the height of the dam up to over 138 meters and vastly increasing its water storage capacity in the last 5 years, 4 states, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan and Gujarat now stand to benefit. He said the dam is the biggest example of conservation of environment and development going hand in hand.
हमारी संस्कृति में हमेशा माना गया है कि पर्यावरण की रक्षा करते हुए भी विकास हो सकता है। इसका जीवंत उदाहरण अब केवड़िया में देखने को मिल रहा है। एक तरफ सरदार सरोवर बांध है, बिजली उत्पादन के यंत्र हैं, बटरफ्लाई गार्डन, इको टूरिज्म, इससे जुड़ी बहुत ही सुंदर व्यवस्थाएं हैं।
The Prime Minister said that the credit for completing the Sardar Sarovar Dam goes to lakhs of people and now it is their responsibility to utilize the waters judiciously. He also termed the Sardar Sarovar Dam and Statue of Unity as an emerging global tourist spot. Mr. Modi said this will provide employment to the local tribal population and he appealed to the people to make all tourist spots free from single-use plastic. Earlier, the Prime Minister performed a puja to welcome the Narmada water at Sardar Sarovar Dam at Kevadia. The state government is celebrating the Namami Devi Narmade Mahotsav throughout the state to mark the historic overflowing of the Sardar Sarovar Dam, the lifeline of the state, at its maximum height. The event coincides with the 69th birthday celebrations of Prime Minister Modi today. Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar has said that abrogation of Article 370 would bring opportunities for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. He was addressing a rally at Azara near Guwahati in Assam today. Citing the example of right to education, he said previously the people of Jammu and Kashmir were not getting benefits of welfare schemes. Mr. Javadekar said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah have strengthened the unity of the country by scrapping the article. He criticized the Congress and its leader Rahul Gandhi for their views on Jammu and Kashmir. He said their comments are highlighted by Pakistan and its media. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar today said that Pakistan-occupied Kashmir is part of India and added that India expects to have physical jurisdiction over it one day. He was briefing media in New Delhi on the first 100 days of his ministry.
On PoK, yes, position on PoK has always been and will always be very clear. PoK is part of India and, expect one day that we will have a physical jurisdiction over it.
Replying to a query on the Kulbhushan Jadhav issue, Dr. Jaishankar said India's objective was to seek access to him in order to ascertain his well-being. He said seeking access to Jadhav was one step in eventually providing that remedy which the International Court of Justice has mandated. The External Affairs Minister said whether Pakistan carried out in letter and spirit what the International Court of Justice wanted them to do is obvious to all. The face-off between Indian and Chinese troops near Pangong Lake in Ladakh, Dr. Jaishankar said there was a face-off and it was resolved. He added that it happened because there are differing perceptions of the line of actual control and sometimes that kind of a situation happens. He said there are mechanisms to address such situations and in this particular case the mechanism kicked into play and the situation was addressed. The minister said US President Donald Trump attending Prime Minister Narendra Modi's upcoming Houston event in the United States is a matter of honor and a big achievement of the Indian-American community. He said India-US relations have come a long way and assured that the relations are in very good health.
If today there is an event of this size and you have someone like President Trump coming there, I think this shows really where that community has reached, how it is regarded in the United States, the respect that it commands out there.
Normal life in Jammu and Kashmir remained peaceful today with no untoward incident reported from anywhere. Officials said that restrictions have been lifted from most of the police station areas in the Kashmir Valley. A Delhi court today sent Karnataka Congress leader D.K. Shivakumar to 14-day judicial custody. He was arrested on the 3rd of September by the Enforcement Directorate, the ED, in a money laundering case. Shivakumar was produced before the court on the expiry of his custodial interrogation. Special Judge Ajay Kumar Kuhar directed the ED to take Shivakumar to hospital first to see whether doctors suggest admitting him there. The court has listed Shivakumar's bail plea hearing at 3:30 p.m. tomorrow. The Enforcement Directorate today said it has attached a farmhouse in Delhi and an old fort in the border town of Bikaner in Rajasthan as part of a money laundering probe case against controversial meat exporter Moin Qureshi. In a statement, the ED said the assets are held in the names of shell firms controlled by Qureshi. It said a provisional order for attachment has been issued under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. The total value of the properties is 9.35 crore rupees. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan has said that 22,000 health and wellness centers have been made functional and 10 crore beneficiaries have received e-cards under the Ayushman Bharat scheme. The Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana provides cashless and paperless access to services for the beneficiaries at the point of service. It provides a health assurance cover of 5 lakh rupees per family per year for secondary and tertiary care for serious and catastrophic illnesses. Addressing media in New Delhi today, Dr. Harshvardhan said since the launch of the scheme, over 45 lakh patients have been admitted to hospitals to receive treatment under the program.
45 lakh se zyada. More than 45 lakh poor people have been admitted in hospitals and treated under the Ayushman Bharat scheme in the past 1 year. And for these beneficiaries, the government has disbursed 7,500 crore rupee under the scheme. Sarkar ne unke ilaaj ke upar kharch kiya hai.
The minister said Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana is completing its first year of launch on the 23rd of this month and is being celebrated as Ayushman Pakhwara since last Sunday. President Ramnath Kovind described the Indian diaspora in Slovenia as a bridge between the two countries. He said they contribute to the development of their chosen country and also represent Indian culture, customs and values. The President was addressing a small group of the Indian community in Ljubljana today. On Indo-Slovenia relations, the President said, Slovenia is releasing a postal stamp on the 27th of this month to commemorate the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. He said the statue of the Mahatma in Sloven Gradec and that of Rabindranath Tagore in Maribor in Slovenia stand testimony to the close ties. Our correspondent has filed this report.
President Ramnath Kovind's three-nation tour concluded successfully today with agreements and MOUs signed with Iceland, Switzerland and Slovenia. The President also interacted with people of Indian origin in these three countries. The Indian contribution of yoga, Ayurveda, our tradition and culture are other areas in which agreements were signed under cultural exchange. But of the foremost importance was the support received for India in issues of international importance like cross-border terrorism. The automatic sharing of information by Switzerland on banking and taxation was firmed up again during this visit. Sudhindra, AIR News, Ljubljana.
In Afghanistan, at least 26 people were killed and more than 42 injured when a suicide bomber on a motorcycle targeted an election rally by President Ashraf Ghani in Charikar, the capital of Parwan province, north of Kabul. Official sources said the president was present at the venue but was unharmed. Nusrat Rahimi, spokesman for the Ministry of Interior, said those among the dead include 4 soldiers. Parwan hospital sources said that children were also amongst those killed. There was fear that the number of victims could rise. Just hours later, an explosion struck near the U.S. Embassy in Kabul with reports of 3 people killed. The Taliban has claimed responsibility for both the attacks. In Israel, voting is being held for general elections today. It is the second election in 5 months as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu seeks to extend his term as the country's longest-serving Prime Minister. As in the April vote, Netanyahu is facing a strong challenge from former military chief Benny Gantz and a centrist blue and white alliance. First exit surveys will be released just after the polls close, while official results are not expected until tomorrow. In the United Kingdom, the Supreme Court judges are now hearing arguments centred on Prime Minister Boris Johnson's controversial suspension of Parliament. Last week, the Prime Minister prorogued Parliament ahead of his government-scheduled Queen's speech on October the 14th. The UK Supreme Court will now have the final say on the legality of the prorogation after judges in England and Scotland came to contrasting conclusions. A ruling is expected by Thursday afternoon at the earliest, but may be delivered on Friday or early next week. Domestic equities today tumbled for a second session as investors feared that elevated crude prices may cause further slowdown in the global economy. Tracking weak global sentiments following drone attacks on Saudi Arabia's oil facilities, domestic indices declined around 1.7%. A report.
Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange tumbled 642 points to end at 36,481. Nifty at the National Stock Exchange also declined 186 points to settle at 10,818. Rupee at the Forex market also weakened 18 paise to 71 rupees and 78 paise against the US dollar. Gold prices today fell by 150 rupees to 38,905 rupees per 10 grams in the Delhi bullion market. With Sanjeet Kumar Singh, this is Lalema Aneja Dang, AIR News.
In boxing, Asian Games gold medalist Amit Panghal, Manish Kaushik and Sanjeet Singroha enter the quarters of the AIBA Men's World Championships at Yekaterinburg in Russia today. Panghal triumphed over Turkey's Batuhan Çiçek. Kaushik stunned fourth-seeded Mongolian Chinzoreng Batarsuk and Sanjeet defeated second-seeded Uzbek Sanjar Tursunov. Panghal is chasing a medal in his second World Championship. Kaushik and Sanjeet are making their debuts in the showpiece event. All 3 boxers are from the Indian Army. In cricket, India will play South Africa in the second T20 match in Mohali tomorrow. The game will start at 7 p.m. All India Radio will broadcast a live commentary on the match alternately in Hindi and English from 6:30 p.m. till the end of the game. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says a revocation of Article 370 is an attempt to find a solution to a decades-old problem. New Delhi reiterates its position that PoK is part of India. Government says 10 crore beneficiaries received e-cards for cashless treatment under the Ayushman Bharat scheme. In Afghanistan, at least 26 people killed in a suicide bomb attack at President Ashraf Ghani's election rally. And in boxing, Amit Panghal, Manish Kaushik and Sanjeet Singroha enter quarterfinals of the AIBA Men's World Championships in Russia. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.